I hope everyone is doing well. Today is December 2nd, Wednesday, 2020, December 2nd, 2020. So I just wanted to talk to you about crazy emotions and the feeling that someone feels when you're not doing what you're supposed to do. Let me explain. Okay, so when you have multiple sclerosis, a lot of us know and are aware that there's lesions in our brain. So something's wrong with our brain. There's a disconnect there. There's times where you can't control your laughter. You can't control your crying. You can't control that you're just quiet that day, or that you're chirpy, or whatever the case may be. Even if you don't have MS, you might have them times where it's like, it's not appropriate to laugh, but you're laughing and you can't control it. So I used to have that a lot. When my son was smaller, he used to fall and hit himself pretty hard, and I was laughing like uncontrollably, and I felt like a jerk, right? I felt like I wasn't supposed to be laughing. And he called me out on it one day. He was like 7 or 8. He's like, "Mom, you hurt my feelings, like when you laugh." And I'm like, "Baby, like I had to read the Mommy Has MS book. Like but I mean, that had to do with the anger issues too, but that I was having, but in different times. But when he was falling, I was just laughing. And I was like, "Hey babe, I can't control my laughter. I don't mean to laugh. I don't even know what I'm thinking when I'm laughing, you know?" And then there's times that, for instance, when you're at a funeral, some people look at you like, "Well, why are you not crying?" You know, like for me, I just don't want to be all wrapped up in my emotions when I'm just around a crowd and stuff. That's just me. Like, I'd rather be in my bed crying alone in my feelings, you know, like that's just me. And in days like this, I feel like am I crazy? You know, sometimes I feel like, am I crazy? Because it's cold outside. It gets dark quick here in Texas, like, you know, not quick, I'm saying early, like 6 o'clock, it's already dark outside. So it's gloomy, you know, by the time I get off of work, 5, and, you know, by the time I'm able to go outside. So I feel like I shouldn't be sad, but I feel sad. I want to feel sad. Like, I think of sad things in my life so that I can cry because I just want to. It's just weird, right? So I always blame MS, right? So I'm just making this video because I feel like there's other people out there that may be able to relate and they feel crazy too. I just want to let you know you're not crazy. Like, just because other people don't feel that you should be feeling sad, because, you know, everything for the most part is going well in my life. Like, I have nothing to be sad about in the moment. You know what I'm saying? So I also have to be present in my moment. So I work on that. But every now and then I catch myself like I'm crying and I just want to cry. Like or I want to laugh and I'm laughing and people are like, "What are you laughing at? You're crazy." You know, or "What are you crying about? Like, why are you even all emotional?" But I mean, I have friends that understand me, my little counselors that I've spoken about. If you haven't seen my videos, either way, if you're new here, my name is Vicky. I've battled MS for 15 years, and so there's a lot of crazy things that have come to my head, you know, that I've thought of, a lot of thoughts that I'm just like, what, you know, am I crazy? Like, is something, am I mental, like something going on? Like, I know something's going on in my brain, but I feel like I'm loony, like sometimes, you know, I'm losing it, you know. And it reminds me, this conversation reminds me of a video that I did watch. Bumblebee is another person who has MS here on YouTube. Please look her up. Shout out Bumblebee. If you see this video, I know you watch my videos sometimes, go ahead and put your link there, because to the video, because there's this video that she put out where she goes to the doctor and she tells them, "Hey, you know, I'm laughing uncontrollably when I don't think I should be laughing, you know, but I can't control it." And the doctor tells her, "There's a pill for that. I can give you a pill so you don't laugh in that way," you know. And it could be our nervous system that just, we can't control it, you know what I'm saying, at the moment. But either way, so she was like, "A pill for laughing, like to stop me from laughing? No," you know what I'm saying? So anyway, so that just reminds me of that. But either way, it's taught me through the years to be more content as to where I am. But I also feel like, just because people feel that you shouldn't laugh, or people feel, I mean, and I know, watch it with being a jerk, you know, laughing, and other people's feelings also matter. I get it. So I've tried to check myself on that. You know, I've tried to, hey, sit myself down. It's like, was that right? You know, but sometimes I just can't. I can't. And so anyways, I talked with my son. He finally understood, like, "Okay, Mom, I get it. You know, I get it, but I don't get it, but it's okay, you know, whatever." And so, you know, I try to control it, but sometimes I just can't. And then sometimes there's jokes where my son's like, "It was funny. Why didn't you laugh?" I'm like, I just didn't think it was funny. You know what I'm saying? And that may happen. That may have nothing to do with your nervous system or none of that. But, you know, it's just, to me, I feel like there's circumstances or expectations that people have of someone else that I'm like, just mind your business. You know, I did that because I remembered Will Smith. I don't know, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I'm a little old. So if anyone has ever seen Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, there's an episode where Ashley was being bullied. The character that plays Ashley in there was being bullied. And Will just told her, look, just tell them, you know, act like you're crazy and tell them mind your business, you know. So I just feel like a lot of people are so in tuned in how other people are feeling. Like I said, even at funerals, like sometimes, and I know that could be a little jerky, but like sometimes, or rude or mean or whatever, but sometimes it's like I just don't feel like crying at the moment, you know what I'm saying? Like and then one time I remember my son had a seizure when he was 2 years old, and I remember my mother-in-law being at the doctor's office and me meeting her there because I was at work, and I got off of work. And so in my head, I'm thinking, I can't be all in my emotions when I just logged off of work and I had to drive to the doctor's office. So I had to get that out of my head. Like, I had to be like, you know, I have to drive, I have to get to my son. Like, that's what I was thinking. So when I get there, my mother-in-law, like within a few minutes of being there, she's like, well, what, you know, the doctor's coming in and everything. And she's like, well, you know, she's looking at me like, why are you not crying? I don't even know if she remembers this, but I mean, everyone's different. Everyone takes situations differently. So it's okay if somebody loses, you know, their mind in the time. But I didn't want to be someone, you know, I didn't want to be a mother that lost her stuff, you know, that lost her cool, or not even her cool, but her mind, when I needed to be there present for my son to see what he needed. So he had a seizure and there was all kinds of emotions running crazy, you know, and so we don't know what was going on. We don't know what's going on with his brain. And so I get there and I'm like, I'm not crying. I'm not, you know, emotional at all, because I'm just like, what's going on? What do I need to do? You know? And so I try to disconnect myself from emotions. That's just the kind of person that I am. Sometimes it's not that I'm being fake. It's not that I'm being like, you know, trying to deceive anybody. It's just for my own sanity, like for me to be able to act on something. Because some people, and again, I'm not bashing on anyone that loses it, because I'll probably lose it too sometimes, you know. But I'm just saying, like, if I lose my control or my cool, then I cannot assess a situation. I cannot help if I need to help, because I'm just all of my emotions and my feelings. So again, my mother-in-law probably may not remember this, but I remember her looking at me and she's like, you're not crying. Like, to her, it was odd that I wasn't crying, but I was like, you know, I'm here. Like, I'm here for my son. Like, I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I'm waiting on the doctors to come in, and you know what I'm saying? They're like, take him to the MRI, you know, took him to the MRI and things like that. But oh my God, it was a crazy situation. But some people feel like, okay, maybe you should be crying, maybe you should be losing it, but you're not. You know what I'm saying? But I just couldn't. You know, that's just, everyone's different, has a different personality. So be in tune with who you are, and try not to apologize so much, because you know what? That's who you are. And you know what? Unfortunately, we do have something wrong with us. MS does affect our brain. And I hate to say it, but it's like, you got to be aware of what's going on. But that doesn't mean that it's always MS. It could be your personality. So just be in tune of who you are and mind your business, right? No, I'm just kidding. No, but I'm just saying, like, you know, be in tune of where you are and who you are. And hey, if you are someone that loses it, hey, you know what? That's just who you are. Somebody else is just going to have to take control of the situation. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody has to take control of the situation, you know? So don't feel bad if you can't cry in a situation where you probably think you should be crying. There's an accident, somebody just, you know, got really, really hurt, and you're like, oh my God, you know. And a lot of people are probably crying in that time because they feel like they're emotional. So, and that's okay. But I'm just saying, be who you are and have a great night. Thank you for listening. I just feel like there's someone out there that may need to listen to this, because at one point I thought I was crazy. So have a wonderful night and see you soon. Goodbye.